which you likely are because this is only my second video. So we're in my room today, and I don't know if this lighting is good or not because, like, the camera, the view I'm seeing, it looks like it's in 360p or some really shitty quality, but when I play it back, it always appears in HD. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I have this like crystal light thing over here that's on, so it's really low light today. Plus my room is a mess, and you can't tell in the dark. So. Yeah, but I have all this shit on my desk because I have nowhere to put it. So yeah, so I have a bunch of random shit. We're just gonna tap on it. We're just gonna find a bunch of random stuff on my desk and tap on it, so that's fun, right? While I talk about random stuff, I don't know, so what should we tap on first? I guess, I have this. This is a case for my sunglasses. They're not in there right now, they're in the car, but yeah. My dad gave me these sunglasses like a month before I stopped talking to him, so yeah. I will never speak to him again for as long as I live, and I will make a video about why at some point, probably some point soon, because I don't know, that's one of the videos I've been really wanting to make. But yeah, I've had a wild life and not the greatest family, so I'm not like looking for pity or anything like that. I don't want to come across like that. I always worry that like I'll come across like that if I talk about stuff. But yeah, mostly because my mom has had a lot of experiences too. She's had a really crazy life, and people say that about her. So I don't know. I just worry about stuff like that. I worry too much about everything. But yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. It's only been like 2 minutes, but that's fine. Oh, that wasn't too loud. What else? Well, I'm typing on the desk now, but I don't know what the fuck this is, but alright, it's just randomly here. I have a bunch of random stuff for like no reason. This is it says happy birthday on it. It's like a scent of something. I don't know what it is though. I don't know if it's like hand sanitizer or what it is. But whatever. I can't tell. I'm assuming it's like birthday cake scented or something. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. It's not very good. I mean, like, it's not terrible, but it's not like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I hope my chair isn't too loud. It like creaks and stuff. But yeah, I have this really annoying project I need to do. I'm supposed to be starting it, but like, whatever, it's Thanksgiving break. And I have like the entire break to do it. I need to work on it over the break anyway, which is annoying. I don't want to, but you know, I have to, so I gotta do it. My friend's like yelling at me because I'm not working on it yet, but it's okay. I have time. I have time. I got time. It's fine. It's not due until December 12th, and it's currently November 27th, so I'll be okay. I mean, like, I need certain parts of it done, like, by certain dates, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. It's like a box for my necklace. I don't know, I just felt like making a video today. I don't think I originally intended to make a video this soon after my first one, because my first one I literally posted last night. It's like, almost 2 in the morning right now where I am. I'm on the east coast of the US, so yeah, it's currently like 2 a.m. right now. I mean, there's a clock right behind my computer, but I can't see it. So I don't know exactly what time it is, but yeah. I had a really long day today. I had to get up at 6:30, which I'm not used to anymore. I had to get up at like 5:36 every day in high school, and I'm just not used to that anymore because I don't have to be, my earliest class isn't until 2:30 in the afternoon, which I'm very lucky to have. So I'm not used to getting up that early anymore. And the reason I had to get up that early is because I had a doctor's appointment at 8:15. So yeah, it's annoying, but I went there. Then I came home and I slept for like another couple hours, or tried to. And then I got up and, had to get ready for my classes and stuff. And I honestly, because it was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving break, so I would have just not gone to school if I knew that we weren't going to be doing anything, because one of my classes was canceled, my 2:30 was canceled, so I didn't have to be there till 4 o'clock because my next class is at 4, from 4 to 5:15, and I got there, and all we were doing was revising our essays. And I'm a really good writer, so usually when I write things, they really don't need a lot of edits. So my teacher was just kind of, because she was going over everyone's essays, and she was like, yeah, you're fine, you can just go. So, yeah. I was there for like only the first 20 minutes of class. And then I have a gap after that because my final class is at 7 p.m. I didn't even know they did classes that late before I went to college, but apparently they do. Oh yeah, I guess I'll tell you what classes they were. So, my first class, my 2:30 class, what I usually have, they call it like, it's called Core 100. I don't know, it's like something that every freshman has to take. They give you like a bunch of different options, and like, they all sound really boring, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember what they all were, but I remember that some of them were like analyzing poverty, or like beyond 9 to 5. That's what one of them was called. I don't know. So one of them was like a gender studies class. I know that. I can't remember, but the one I took is called Consuming Culture, and I honestly don't know if it means consuming culture, like the consumption of culture, or if it means consuming culture, like the culture of consuming. I don't know. Also, I'm sorry about the grandfather clock in the background. I hope that's not too loud or too annoying. It's like right below my bedroom, so. And it's like way off. Like, it says 2 a.m., but it rings at the wrong hour, so that's why I just did a bunch of them instead of 2. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Only problem is I don't got much else to do. I guess I'll do lotion again, because I did that in my last video, so why not? I can tap on this. Oh my god, wait. This has just been like sitting in my room for the last like 6 years. Because I don't really use lotion for anything. Only when my skin is like really dry and I need to use it. it's all about anthropology, and I gotta tell you, it's really boring. Like, and I am going into the field of social sciences, and I gotta say, I think anthropology is really boring. Because my professor, sorry. My professor always assigns us these really lengthy assignments every class. They take like 3 hours to do. And they're always like reading these long 30-page articles. Sometimes like 2 or 3 of them. And it's not just that. It's like that, and like sometimes it's a video. Sometimes she makes us read like 3 articles. Like I said, it's usually always 3 things. Usually it's like a really long article like that, a kind of shorter article, and then like a video or a podcast or like a documentary or something. And they're all, for the most part, really boring. Like, one of them was about chocolate production or something, and like, yeah, we had to read a long article about that. Another one was about diamond mining. Another one was about like a lot of them actually were about the fashion industry and like the different kinds of fashion and the effects that it has on society and whatnot. It's really boring. To me anyway, it's really boring. I actually think that I could probably read some of those articles on this channel and just like bore you all to sleep. Because it's not interesting. Like, some of it sounds interesting, but it's not interesting. At least in my opinion. But yeah. And then after that, my 4 o'clock on, it's Tuesday, Thursdays, or the days I have these classes, is my writing class. Because they make you take like writing 100 and writing 101. I was able to get out of writing 100 because of my performances like previously in school. I actually would have been able to get out of writing 101 because I took AP language my senior year of high school. Like AP English language and composition. That's what it's called. And I got a 4 on the AP exam. And most schools, they accept a 3 or higher. My school only accepts a 5 for that class. Which is actually okay. Like, I was kind of disappointed when I found that out, because I was like, oh no, I have to take this writing class, but I actually prefer it because I already kind of know what I'm doing. Whereas, like, because I'm so glad I took that AP English class. I have to say, like, if you're in high school and you can, please take AP language, because, and if you're planning on going to college, please take AP language if you can, because, oh my god, they do not, I gotta tell you, in like high school level English classes, they do not teach you how to write, like, at all. They do not teach you how to, like, academically write, at all. In that AP language class, like, taught me so much, like, because in high school essays, it's just like, you're given some sources, like, let's say it's an argumentative essay, you're given some sources, and all you have to do is be like, my evidence or my claim is this. It's very simple. And then your body paragraphs are just like, quote, this quote means. And like, that's pretty much it. You don't really, yeah. Versus like, college writing, that's not good enough. You have to like actually go in depth. You have to have commentary. You have to have like original thoughts on stuff. You have to like, you can't just base everything entirely on sources. And my AP language class taught me how to do that. And like, I don't know, I feel like I actually know how to write. sister was in school. My sister's 12 years older than me, by the way. So, she's 30. But back when my sister was in school, they had German and Latin in addition to French and Spanish, and then they got rid of those one by one at some point. So now, then there was only French and Spanish. But now they're thinking about taking French out of the equation. Which, I don't know. I think that's just... because then it leaves kids with only Spanish as the only choice. And I don't know, some people don't want to take Spanish. Which, I don't blame them. I mean, I didn't think Spanish was a horrible language to learn at all. But I gotta tell you, I don't think I remember, like, anything from my Spanish class. And I took it for 6 years, and I was considered one of the, like, I don't know, I was considered one of the kids that knew Spanish the most in my class. Not, like, the most, but I was a pretty good student in my class, and, like, I don't think I've retained any of that information. I probably know, like, the basics, and that's it. But yeah, but my history class, so we weren't really doing much because so many people didn't show up. And they didn't show up because it was a 7 p.m. class, and it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving break, so everyone's leaving. Everyone's leaving to go home, you know, back to their home. I mean, for me, I'm a commuter, because I live only like 10 miles away from the school, so I just drive there every day. I luckily don't live on campus. I would hate that. At least I think so. I don't know, just the idea of, like, sharing a room, or having to share a room, like, not having any privacy, and not even, like, being able to have my own bathroom. That's just horrible to me. Also, like, I have to pay for it. Yeah, no. 'Cause especially, it's, like, an extra $15,000 or something on my tuition at the end of the, like, I think that's for all 4 years combined, but still. An extra $15,000, I already can't pay for my tuition as it is, so, you know. Luckily I got a scholarship, so, like, half my tuition is already paid for, but I'm still gonna be, like, $60,000-$70,000 in debt, like, student loan debt, by the time I get out of school. And that's not counting graduate school, because I have to go to graduate school, so, I mean, I don't have to, but there's not much you can do with a bachelor's degree in psychology, let me tell you. So, but yeah, I want to go get my psych major, and I guess I'll explain that. So, I actually went in as a math major. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I know that's like a really big shift, and those two things have nothing to do together with each other. But like it's a complete 180, pretty much. But when I was a kid, I was really passionate about math. It was always my favorite subject in school. Which is interesting because a lot of people who are really into math like that are also really into science. I was not really into science, at least not like, I'm obviously really into the social sciences because of like, you know, I'm obviously psychology, but when it comes to like, what are they called, like natural sciences, when it comes to like biology and chemistry and stuff, I could not really have cared less. Just, it was interesting to me, but like, I wasn't really passionate about learning about it, you know. And a lot of people who like math also like science. I feel like most people are either math science people or English history people. I was kind of the odd one out there. I was a math English person. So, I liked math, but I also liked to write and stuff. And I mean, reading. I enjoyed reading when we had to like read books in school and stuff. I always enjoyed the books, but like, reading isn't really necessarily something that I go out of my way to do. Like, I enjoy reading when I have to do it. If it's like an interesting, you know, like if I have to read a book or something for school, I can do it, and I find the books interesting, but like I just said, I don't know, reading isn't just something I go out of my way to do, but I do write. I write stories, I write stuff all the time. I actually wanted to be an author at one point, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an architect. I really like designing houses. I actually do still design houses sometimes in my free time. I have like an architectural software downloaded onto my computer, and I like design my own houses and whatnot. I actually have a house that I designed myself that I really am hoping that I can build one day. It's probably going to be really far into the future, though. I don't know if I even can. We'll see. Because things are different now, you know, it's not like the 1970s anymore where you could just like buy your own house on a minimum wage. Not even close. So, but yeah, when I was young, I really wanted to be an architect, and it kind of shifted around, because I liked math in school. I really liked math. I would actually do math in my free time and stuff once in a while. Or actually, well, I shouldn't say once in a while. I did it a lot when I was younger, and then as I got older, it happened less and less. And then when I was in 9th grade, I took a class on architecture and engineering, because everyone always says, when you're like really into math, everyone always said to me, oh, you should be an engineer. You should be an engineer. You should be an engineer. And I hated that engineering class, and I did not understand anything about engineering whatsoever. Like, I ended up dropping that class because I just didn't get it. I don't get engineer, like, I don't, because my thing was always houses and like the layouts of houses and the layouts of buildings. I never cared about like anything else to do with engineering and whatnot. Like, I don't care about how objects are put together. I don't care. Like, I only liked the houses and like the layouts of houses, and you know. Shit, I hope I can like edit that out. I'm so sorry. You know what? How about we just stop tapping on stuff? But we just stop tapping on stuff. I don't even think I'm gonna edit that out, because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know how to edit anything right now. I'll learn though. I'll learn. Because I'm doing this all by myself right now. chances are you're not going to help everyone, you know? And, my therapist actually said to me, like, you know, for every one person you don't help, there will be like 10 people that you do. So, you know, that's a good message to take from it. But then I wanted to be an author at one point. That started around the end of 9th grade, and that continued through like the middle of 10th grade. And then I think I realized that, like, you know, it's very hard to make it as an author, and I actually do still want to write books at some point, but, you know, it's very hard to just make it as an author, like, by itself. You gotta have, like, a backup plan there, you know, you can't just, like, do that. I mean, you can try, but it's very hard to actually make it. So, yeah. Then I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a while. And then I just said, you know, because I liked math still, I just said, you know what, I'll do something with math. Something with math. And I stuck with that idea. I took a bunch of math classes in high school. I took every math class that my school offered. Every single one. I was in 3 math classes my senior year. I was in AP Stats, like I said earlier. I took AP Calculus, and I took Financial Algebra, and I did really well in all of them. But the thing about that was, like, I don't know, every career that involved math, like, I liked the math classes, okay? I liked doing the homework assignments. I liked just doing the problems. This might sound really weird. I liked the numbers. I liked the problems when it was just numbers. But when you added, like, real world context to the problems, all of a sudden it became unbearable. Like, I always hated that. And then like, every career that involved math sounded horrible to me. Because everyone would be like, oh, do you want to be a math teacher? No. Okay, no way. You know, I didn't like other high schoolers when I was a student. Why would I like them as a teacher later on? Like, no. I mean, you don't have to be a high school teacher, but no, I would not want to be a teacher. And everyone says, oh, you should be an accountant. I do not want to just work in an office. I feel like I'd be depressed. That's just me personally. I feel like I'd be really depressed if I just worked in an office, like 9 to 5 as an accountant, processing obsessed with true crime. I said this in my last video. I'm obsessed with true crime, and like I love psychology. Like I study all like the personality disorders and all those and all like the and a lot of different psychological disorders in my free time. Like I watch videos about that in my free time. That like is pretty much mostly what I watch online is psychology and crime videos. That makes up, that probably makes up like 85% of what I watch. So yeah, and I actually went home that night and I counted how many like crime and or psychology channels I was subscribed to, and I counted 21. And I think it's even more now, because this was like 3 months ago now, and yeah, I always find more. But yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I want to change my major, but I don't know, I had a little bit of self-doubt still, and I was like, you know what, I don't know if I want to change my major just yet. So I decided that I would start out as a math major and see how I feel. So I went into school on the first day of classes, and they had me in 2 classes that I'm not in anymore. But you know, the other 3 were the same. I was not in intro to psych, but I was in the other 3 I'm still in. I was in writing 101, my core 100, and my history class. But they had me in a class called Intro to Algorithms, and that was a computer science class. And I have to say, I have no interest in computer science, nor do I understand it. And I was there, and I went through this class, and I remember feeling so lost after it was over. And we had already gotten a homework assignment, and it was due the very next day. And then after that, I was in Calculus 3. Because I took AP Calc in high school, but which is just Calculus 1. But they also had this option to self-study Calculus 2 when I was in high school for my AP Calc class, and to just take the Calculus 2 exam at the end of the year instead of the Calc 1 exam, and then you would get a sub-score for the Calc 1 and like a score for Calc 2. Calc 2 was when things got hard for me. Like, I understood Calc 1 pretty good, but Calc 2, there was this thing with like, I understood the vector stuff at the time. I mean, I don't remember anything about it now, but then there was this thing about like infinite sequences and whatnot, and I have no idea what that is. I tried to study it, I have no idea what it is. I still have no idea what it is. Yeah, no, so I remember when I took the AP exam, I skipped like 7 questions. I literally wrote like, I don't know, for like 7 questions. And somehow I still got a 4 on the exam. I actually thought like I got like a 2. I have no idea how I got a 4 on that exam. So I got credit for those. And yeah, that happened. So I was placed in Calculus 3 when I started college, and I was like, you know, I don't know if I can do this. But I went there, and I remember I went into that class, that Calculus 3, and the teacher talked so quietly, and the air conditioning was like blasting in this room. It was so loud, and this teacher talked so quietly that I couldn't hear a word that she said. And I remember thinking like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this. And then that night, the very first day of class, I tried to do that homework assignment for my Intro to Algorithms class, and I just couldn't do it. Like, it was beyond me. And I was just like, you know what? We're done here. I'm gonna change my major. And like, a couple days later, I went down to, that very night, I emailed my advisor, and I was like, you know, I want to change my major, because, yeah, I don't saved me from having to from being behind, because they would not have been able to get me into that class if I needed it, which is good that I already had that done. The annoying thing about that though is I have to take stats 2 next semester, and I do not remember anything about statistics, so excuse me. So I'm probably going to need to use the tutoring services or something, but whatever, that's fine. But yeah. So this was mostly a ramble about school, I guess, but yeah. I mean, that's fine. I'm just looking forward for the semester to be over. Next week is my last week of actual classes. And then I have the paper that I'm currently writing is for my writing class, the final essay is due on December 6th. But she had us write drafts. This is the essay that we're working on that I'm apparently good at. I'm apparently, fine, and I don't really need to make that many edits, if any. She made us submit drafts by last Friday, because she wanted to make sure everyone's is good, because apparently some people really don't know how to write, which makes sense, because high school doesn't teach you how to write. So yeah, but mine was fine, so I'm probably not gonna have to do much with that, so that's good. And then I have my psych final is December 11th. Then that other project for my consuming culture class is due December 12th, in all. And then I have my history final on December 13th, and then after that I am completely done with the semester. So that is good. Yeah. Then I have to do work after that. I want to do DoorDash and stuff. That's what I'm going to start doing. I need to sign up this week, because luckily I have people I know who do that stuff. My friend and her mom do DoorDash together, and my sister did DoorDash and Uber Eats and all those apps, and I'm actually going to do them with people. I'm going to do it with my sister, and I'm going to do it with my friend, and with my friend we'll split it 50-50, how much money we make. And with my sister, she's like, you don't even have to pay me. She's like, just buy me a pack of cigarettes and I'll be happy. So, yeah, that's nice. We just like to spend time together, so, yeah. She just bought a house, luckily, because they're currently living with her husband's mother, and that's a whole other story. I should make a whole video about that. That is a whole other story, and that doesn't sound that interesting, but it's not really that they're there, it's the reason why they're living there. So, yeah. Don't really got much else to say necessarily. I mean, if I think about something I will, but this video is already